Adam Lewis, curator at the Sydney Cricket Ground, said that the surface would be prepared with about 5 millimeters of grass on it. Last year match against India had 7 millimeters of grass on it. Cricket Australia CEO Todd Greenberg said he had been asked about millimeters of grass more often than he would have thought, while Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, in a function with the Australian players, he told them day 3 in this test is really important. So whatever you do, if things are going wrong, just get someone to play out a couple of sessions because we do want day 3. Hello everyone and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank everyone who has been here. I appreciate your company. I must wish you a happy new year and hope for health and strength and prosperity, and that we'll all make more money in this new year. Please check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description, along with COOFANDY fashions for men. England have won the toss and are batting, and after 2 deliveries, they are none for 1. Crawley is on 1, Duckett is on 0. Duckett will take strike from Mitch Starc. So the Barmy Army is in full flow here. There seems to be something holding up the play. Here comes Mitch Starc, the left-arm seamer, over the wicket, bowls to Duckett, and what a lovely delivery as he played all around it, and it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. 1 without loss in over #1. That was a lovely delivery by Mitchell Starc. I don't know how it missed the stump. Well, it touched down on about 3.5 stump and then seam away, left Ben Duckett. He tried to dig it out, but it seam away, left his bat, and goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. 1 without loss. So here is over the wicket, bowls to Duckett. Duckett peel off the outside edge down to the man at gully, and there is no run. The score remains at 1 without loss. Greetings, Atina. Thank you for being here. Envoy, how you doing, man? Wishing you a happy new year, boss. Good to have you here, Envoy. We appreciate it. Good night, Jamor Small. So 1 without loss. We are in the first over. And it's Starc, is it? I want to know how you send Shea Hope and Rutherford perform. How you seen. I have not been able to watch any of those matches. I'm not getting them on my television. I heard that Rutherford play a blistering innings the other day. Outside the half stump, allowed to go through by Duckett, no run. I heard that Rutherford played a blistering innings the other day. I have not been able to watch any of the matches. I'm not getting it on any of the sport channels that I have. So if you can shed some light on it, and I've not been following it on. I'm not been following it either, but you can share some light on it. Really would appreciate it. So they have gone in with 5-seamer, Australia. I've gone in with 5-seamers, so both Green and Webster in the side. Very interesting. Just like again, I think at Savannah Park, pitched up, whipped away off his pad down to backward square leg for 4, 5 without loss. Lovely shot. So Starc pitched up and Duckett just work it away through forward of square down to the boundary for 4, 5 without loss at the end of over #1. Blessing to you, Salomon. We appreciate it. Happy New Year to you, Mrs. Brown. So 5 without loss. So Boland to take, is it a Boland or Nesta? Surprising. Yeah, Michael Nesta is going to take the new ball, the Dibda. So let's see what will happen. Yes, so welcome everyone. This is the first watch along of the new year, and it's the Ashes Test match. 5 without loss. England winning the toss and batting. Now there's a live poll going on. It will be interesting to see what you are doing in the live poll. Please slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. So please hit that thumbs up button. I would really like what you are doing in the live poll. It will be very interesting to see your comments. So it's Nesta. So 44% of you think that Beth Mooney was the only woman that scored a century. Okay, cool. Keep going. And over the wicket comes Nesta, bowls to Crawley, covers up play to Midan, no run. The score remains at 5 without loss. So 15% said Nat Cyber Brunt, 46% Bet Mooney, 31% said Elise Perry, and 8% said Annabelle Sutherland. So very interesting. As I'll give you the field very shortly. It appears that it's the orthodox field. Someone tying their shoes lace again. They're probably just doing ready to get this test start. It's almost 10 minutes since the due start, and only 7 deliveries had been bowled. Nesta to Crawley, edge through the slip down to the boundary for 4, 9 without loss. So pitched up, head found through the slips down to the third man boundary for 4. Crawley on the front foot, lovely delivery by Nesta. Edge found through the gap in the slip. It was wide of third slip and to the left of gully as the right arm seamer pitched up, genuine edge, but it went in the gap between third slip and gully down to the boundary for 4. 9 without loss. Lovely delivery by Nesta. Keep the poll going. Lovely delivery by Nesta. He's again over the wicket, bowls to Crawley. He's much more solid in defense this time. 9 without loss. The score remains as that one was pitched up and he played it to Midan. So Envoy saying that Rutherford scored 47 of 15 balls and then took 4 wickets. He has been hitting some big sixes, but Shayup has also been hitting some really good shots. Thank you. Thank you. And as a West Indian, I'm always happy to hear that. 3 slips a gully, backward point, mid-off. Crawley turns this to the man at mid-wicket and there is no run. So I can give you the field now. There are 3 slips on a gully, a backward point and a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. So this pitch after 10 deliveries already look much better than what we saw at Melbourne. You know, the curator promised that the match will go into the last day. So let's see. Nesta over the wicket, bowls to Crawley. Crawley look to work that in the onside, taken on the pad. They will get a leg by. The score is 10 without loss after 1.5 as he tried to work that into the onside. 10 without loss after 1.5. Nesta sharing the new ball with mid-start. Good evening, Mr. Casanova. Yeah, and Happy New Year to you too, boss. Happy New Year to one and all. Good to have you here, man. I hope we all make more money this year than we made last year. And I really hope that there's not another hurricane in Jamaica this year. Definitely. Well, a matter of fact, you know, ideally would want the year to go by without none affecting the Caribbean. But we are in that part of the world where a hurricane is going to affect the Caribbean. I just hope for my country's sake that none affect Jamaica this year. 2 consecutive years. We can go without one now. Round the wicket, bowls to Crawley, turn it away down to long leg for a single. Score goes up to 11 without loss. So Duckett, both batsmen are on 5, 1 leg by, 2 overs completed, 11 without loss after 2 overs. England winning the toss and batting. I want to ask the question. Which result do you think would be more painful for England? 4-1 or 3-2? Which one do you think will make them be more unhappy? 4-1 or 3-2, because I've been thinking about it, and I think that 3-2 would make them more unhappy, because they would go away and say that, if we had just turned up for the first test, but we didn't. We started playing our best cricket midway the third test. And so if they had turned up from test 1, they might well have won the series. Pitched up by Stark, Ben Duckett stroke it down to long on, bowl and amber off, it sends the return in. The batsman come back for 2. The score goes up to 13 without loss. Yes, I think that they're probably pinching themselves and looking back at it and say, this is a big opportunity missing up. This Australian team is not all that good. If we had just put in the proper practice, and if we were at the level where we were in the second innings in Adelaide, if we were at that level from test 1, we probably lead in this series 3-0 or 4-0. Start bowls to Duckett. Duckett plays this into the offside and there's no run. Webster at Gully Field. The score remains at 13 without loss. 13 without loss in over number 3. Mr. Casanova, indeed. So happy to have some test cricket to watch. Yes. After this test match, though, Mr. Casanova, it's going to be a long time, probably about 5 months before we see another test match. Something like that. It's going to be a long time because the World Cup is coming up. So this is the last test match until May, June. A very, very interesting time ahead. How is it that New Zealand playing Sri Lanka? No. Over the wicket, Stark to Duckett, worked away off his pad down to fine leg. The fielder come to his left, picked up that Nesser, sends the return in. The batsman second for 1. Curator could not gather the throw as it was high, backed up in the offside. The score goes up by 1 to 14 without loss. So it will be a very long time before the next test match, Mr. Casanova. Very long time. This is Khawaja final test match after 15 years. Khawaja is a very controversial person. I think sometimes he spoke when he doesn't need to. He's very controversial, in my opinion. 2.3 overs. This match is going very slow. It's 15 minutes since the start of the match, and we're just in over number 3. It reminds me of when we are playing our regional cricket. That's how slow we go. And that's one of the reasons why we are not improving. We do not play at the intensity that is required to make us world-class team. So the score is 14 without loss after 2.4. So after 2.4, 14 without loss. Yeah, so, test cricket there. But no test cricket for a while after this. Almost 6 months we'll be going before the next test match. Well, a lot of cricket coming up, though. The Under-19 World Cup starts in 2 weeks. Well, less than 2 weeks' time. Today is the 3rd. In 12 days' time, the Under-19 World Cup start. And in 2 weeks' time, the World Cup start. The Senior Men World Cup. I told you some time ago that West Indies will not name their team until the very last moment. I see some team going around. As that one taken on the pad, high up on the pad, as Crawley looked to work it into the onside after bowling of Stark. We'll watch the signal and see 15 without loss. We'll watch the signal from the umpire. It's leg by, so 1 more leg by. 5 for Crawley, 6 for Duckett, 2 leg bys. The score is 15 without loss. Yeah, and I know that the West Indies was not going to name their team until the very last moment. They're going to take it deep. They are one of the last teams. I had said on the 1st, that's on Thursday, that I expect the team to be named by the following day or by Wednesday the latest. I don't think they will go past Wednesday. I'm surprised it hasn't been named as yet. It should have been named Stark, leave alone by Duckett through to the keeper, 15 without loss at the end of 3. Now, I've picked my team. I have seen other teams brandish. One team that I saw brandish, and interestingly, I saw a team brandish with admiring it, and I'm being told that that is the team. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. I've been told that that is the team. And in that team, you have Shimron Etmire, as I said. And I'm saying, Shimron Etmire had to withdraw from the International League T20 because of an injury. He had an hamstring problem. So how would he be fit to play the World Cup? So I don't think the team that I saw is one that I can truly trust as a genuine team. I know I picked my team a few days ago, but I also saw a team that I don't think that one can be trusted as the genuine team. You know, don't think so. There's a shot delivery. Does Crawley jump as he plays it? Trying to. Let's watch Nesta over the wicket. 3 steps goes down, ball to Crawley. Crawley played it back down the offside of the pitch. The bowler gets an hand to it, and there is no run. The score remains at 15 without loss. This pitch looked like a test match pitch. It's probably even too flat for a test match pitch, except for that one ball that seamed and took the edge of Crawley. It is probably too flat for a test match pitch. What do you think? You know? So this is the squad that I've seen that versus this squad comes out of India, and they are saying that this is the squad that the West Indies have named. So it's very interesting that they said that this is the squad that the West Indies has named. I think something is blocking there, so let me try and correct that. No, what is blocking? This is blocking. So yeah, so that's the squad that said the West Indies has named. See, that's the squad on the screen there. That's the 15-man squad, and you see there Shimron Etmire. But I doubt whether Etmire should be in this. Not doubt. I doubt whether Etmire is fit enough to be in the squad. So I don't think a man who just pulled out of the International League T20 because of an hamstring injury, would he be suddenly fit to play in a World Cup 2 weeks' time from now? I doubt that. But this is a squad that is widely being advertised and being seen as the West Indies squad for the test. That's not my squad. You all know what my squad looks like. I will show you what my squad look like in a bit, you know. But you all know what my squad looks like. So Nessa bowls to Duckett, turn it into the onside, a single 17 without loss. Yeah, so this was my squad. That is my World Cup squad, my West Indies World Cup squad. So that's my squad. You know, there are 10 names in this squad that is in the one that I showed you earlier. So it's going to be very interesting. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Outside the half stump by Nessa, leaves alone. 17 without loss at the end of number 4. The squad that I showed you earlier, this one. Why I have my doubt? I know this squad come from very good source, very, very good source. It came after I picked my squad. This one came from very, very good source, but I do not think that Etmire is fit enough to be in the squad, and that's why. And maybe that's why the squad has not been released as yet. They are I think they are waiting on the fitness of Shamar Joseph, and that's why they are taking it to the wire. You know, Alzara Joseph have progressed much better than Shamar Joseph in their recuperation. But I think they, you know, They are taking it to the wire, and that's one of the reasons why I think. Apart from the obvious inability and the confusion of Blunderfactor and his team, that's also one of the reasons they are waiting on the fitness of Shamar Joseph. But my thing is that I think that this is a stronger squad than the other one that is branding about. This squad is a stronger squad, a more balanced squad in my humble opinion than the one that is being branded about. So I just saw a ball going into the boundary by the Duckett off the ball of Mitchell Stark, which will take the score up to 21. So they are 21 now. 21 without loss. So good start here by, well, should I say good start? No, it's not yet a good start, but England are on the way. You could say England are on the way at this time. 21 is just about, you're just getting your eye in. And you can see that so much. I hope that this is not a road, I hope that this is not a road, honestly. Start to Duckett up and over, goes through to the keeper as he tries to uppercut it, and it goes through to the keeper. 21 without loss after 4.2. Stephen Roach is not my problem that you do not know what is going on in cricket, so right, so you need to sort that out. It's not my problem that you don't know what's going on in cricket. Stephen Roach is saying that he can't recall any. But Stephen Roach doesn't really follow cricket, does he? Driven down the ground, work from it off. Will he catch up to it? It running towards the boundary, it gets there now, 4 runs, 25 without loss. Oh, this pitch is flat. Stark pitched up and Duckett muscled it through mid off for 4. 25 without loss. So, it's not my fault why your knowledge of what is taking place in cricket is so limited. All of us knowledge are limited, but some of us are just, we only know what we hear at the rum bar. We don't really know what is going on in cricket, and we don't really watch cricket. And that is like Stephen Roach. He loves to come here and talk about the past, but he's not up to date with what is really going on in cricket. Stark to Duckett to inside edge it onto his body, goes to mid-off, no run, 25 without loss after 4.4. Jawal Small is saying somebody's going to edge and get ball soon. This is a good task to win, It looks that way just now, But knowing England, they might soon end up at lunch at 75 for 5. Don't 25 without loss now. So there are 3 slips on a gully. There's a fine backward point, or you could call him a deep second gully. Here is Mitchell Starks, the left arm pacer over the wicket, bowls to Duckett. Duckett turn it away through forward of square leg. The man at backward square leg has to move to his right, picked up 26 without loss, 1 to come in over number 5. Kingsman, good evening to you too, man. All the best. Good to have you here. Stephen Roach, I'm not going to entertain that line, Yeah. Mr. West Indies are not sure who they want in the squad. Blunderfactor still need time. Kingman is saying. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I think there are 2 issues, I think. That, as you said, Blunderfactor cannot make up his mind. And the second, I think that Shamar Joseph, they're really giving him as long a time as possible to see if he will be ready. And that medical staff that West Indies have need to be fired, They're making so many mistakes. Stark to Crawley beaten outside the half stump, 26 without loss at the end of 5. They just, you said that they saw a statement from Cricket West Indies president. I don't see anything. I don't see the last thing I saw was a statement from Cricket West Indies president, New Year statement from Cricket West Indies president. I think that was the tiger. That's where the squad is. I don't see. No, the last thing I'm seeing here is a New Year statement from the president. So I don't. No, the squad that I show you, on the screen, Mr. Casanova, that's not the official squads, That's not the official squad. That is from a good source that's saying that it is the official squad. Change of bowling, Boland into the attack, replacing Nessa. Bakafalen play to that man at a deep gully. So you have an orthodox gully, and then you have another gully who's much deeper. You could call him really a fine backward point. I prefer call him a deep gully. This is a very Stephen Roach is making a point, but the team has to make it out of the first round, Stephen Roach. Round the wicket, Boland bowls to the left-handed Duckett, who played it back to the bowler. 26 without loss. So Stephen Roach is making a point that this is a very weak West Indies T20 side. It wouldn't surprise me if they don't make it out of the group stage. I think they have to make it out of the group stage, Stephen Roach. They have to. They have to. They have to. They have to. The second part of your statement lacks credibility. That's not true. Round the wicket, bowls to Duckett. What a lovely delivery from Boland as Duckett push forward, bat and pad close together. And it just seemed away, left the left-hander, just straighten up and goes through to the keeper, touching down and just about foot stump. As the left-hander pushed forward, the ball pitched and it held its line. It leave the batsman, missed the outside edge through to the keeper. Lovely bowling from Boland. Big up Lansdale Blake, Salim, and Nicholas Puran. Round the wicket, bowls to Duckett, who played it to mid-wicket and get a single. 27 now without loss after 5.4. Nicholas Puran often mentioned his Christian faith. Big up Lansdale Blake. Salim is mentioning that. Yeah, man. Yeah, yes, Mr. Casanova, yeah. He's come now. Over the wicket, bowls. Taken on the pad as he leaves alone, but I think he left it on height as it goes over the stump and goes to the slip cordon. But I think it's too high. They are thinking about it. But I just think that one is definitely too high. Definitely too high there. So Boland just getting to that one to nip back. As covers up Crawley and played it back down the offside of the pitch. 6 overs gone, 27 without loss. So 6 overs gone, 27 without loss. 6 overs gone, 27 without loss. As England won the toss and batting. Stephen Roach said, Mr. Brown, you're a Manchester United supporter. Yes, I am, and a proud one too. But do you know how Manchester United women performed last week? That epic match with Tottenham Hotspur. It was a 3-3 draw, Stephen Roach. We drew 3-3. Stephen Roach, we drew 3-3 with Tottenham Hotspur last week. And I think we're playing, who we playing next? Arsenal? I think we're playing Arsenal weekend coming. Not this weekend, not next week, Saturday. I think the women take a break. But our last match, we drew 3-3 with Tottenham. Everybody who support Manchester United know that. Stephen Roach, come again, boss. They better make it out of the group stage, or they stay over there in Asia, said Mr. Casanova. Lovely delivery from mid-star, as Ben Duckett is living a charm life here, and suddenly this pitch doesn't look that easy to batten at all. You know? Yes, yeah. They better make it out of the group stage, or they stay over there in Asia. I support that. Mr. Casanova, the thing about it, I don't want to think about it, I don't want to think about it. I'm going to leave it away. I'm going to just leave it. Scott Boland looks good, Satin, and Jamores think that Stark will get Crawley. Stark wide down the leg side. Good take by Carey, diving away to his right. The score remains at 27 without loss. That was wild. Wild by Stark. He looks to swing it. He looks to go for that glory ball. You remember that ball that he bowled Burns with the first delivery of the Ashes? I think it was 4 years ago. Yeah, very first delivery. I think he's going for that ball, but Sydney's having none of it. So this is a sign that the pitch is really flattened out and probably too flat. Probably the 5 millimeter of grass that is on it should be probably 6. So there are 2 slips and a gully. So one slip is gone, and then there's a deep gully, or you could say a fly third man. Yeah, a fly third man. A fly slip. And Duckett drives in the air down to backward point for 4. 31 without loss, pitched up, driven in the air. Nonetheless, it goes into the boundary for 4. Duckett moves to 23. Crawley moves to 5. Stay on 5. Crawley's on 5 a long, long time. Crawley's on 5 from the second over of the match. As Duckett leaned into that one, I thought it went in the air, but it went straight down. He drove through the line. So there's a fly slip. There's 2 slip. That's not a fly slip. It's a fly gully. Yeah, fly gully. Stark, 31 without loss. Over the wicket. Ball to Duckett. Whipped away. In the gap between backward square leg and fine leg for 4. Lovely shot by Duckett. As Stark pitched up and he whipped it away. And this is now beginning to look good for England. Pitched up, whipped away in the air. But in the gap between a man at backward square leg who was probably deep backward square leg who was probably 20 meters in from the boundary. And then there is the long leg. And it was in the gap between both of them. It's a fine leg and a deep backward square leg, and that one went straight into the gap. The deep backward square leg is a little off the boundary though, about 20 meters. Star over the wicket, balls to Duckett, caught! Oh, he nibbled at that one. Edge found, Cleary took the catch. Stark looks at him, Duckett on his way, 35 for 1 England. He didn't have to play at that one, but he played at West. Well, Ben Duckett always played at it. They said that Ben Duckett only leave 2% of the deliveries in his test career. Wide outside the half stump and nothing shot. Good catch. It was going to first slip, but Carey want the first catch of the day. I hope Shea-Up looking at that. I hope the West Indies keepers are looking at that. The ball going to first slip is a keeper's catch. If it pitch outside the half stump and going to first slip, it's always a keeper's catch. Always. Once the keeper see it all the way, he has to go for it. The outside the half stump, the keeper saw it all the way, is the keeper's catch. Has to. He has the big gloves, has to go for it. Good keeping, good movement. Well done, Carey. Mr. Casanova is saying that Scott Boland would be the #1 bowler in any other team, but he has to be 12th man on Australia's sideline bowler. Not saying #1 in any other team, because I don't think he's better than Rabada. He's better than Jasprit Bumrah. Is he better than Shamar? You know, Shamar at full tilt is a serious bowler in a boss. You know, the bigger point that I think you're making is that he can make any other test team apart from Australia. When Hazelwood, Stark, and Cummins are playing, he has to rub the bench. And I think the bigger point that you're making is that one. But he would be #1 in England, of course. He would be #1 in England. Maybe. Because really and truly, Stoke is probably the #1 bowler in this English team, you know. So, yeah, Stoke is good. He would challenge, yeah. But as I said, I think the bigger point is that he will play for any other team except Australia. Yeah. You know, I don't see any Pakistani bowler to challenge him. Matt Henry, you know, over the wicket, Stark to Bettel, beaten outside the half stump, 35 for 1 at the end of 7. So 35 for 1 at the end of 7. So Stark getting the breakthrough. It was a poor shot by Duckett. He reached for that one. That one was far outside the half stump. Well, he was too much. If he probably should have not played any stroke at that one. Well, did he play a stroke? It was a lazy shot. If you look back at it, if a West Indies batsman played that shot, I would be going AY, you know, because that really was a nothing shot. It was a John Campbell shot. You know, he just poke at it. Bowl and 3 sips goes down to Crawley. Crawley leaves alone outside the half stump and it goes through to the keeper. 35 for 1. I probably was, just as I was saying that this is now looking promising for England, Duckett nicked after the keeper who took a good catch in front of first slip. It was a regulation catch, but it was a good catch, you know. Keeper expected to catch those. So there are 3 sips, then a gap. There are 3 sips, a gully, a backward point, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, and a man at long leg. Boland is over the wicket to Crawley, and Crawley drives to mid-off. 35 for 1 after 7.2. I said, Alzari has always been a strike bowler, Stephen Roach. Stephen Roach, you really don't understand the cricket, you know. When was it that Alzari Joseph was not a strike bowler? Look, was that before the start of the match? Or is it no? But they're lining up outside. Is that live? That can't be live. That must be before the start of the match. Boland bowls to Crawley down the ground through mid on 4 runs. Over pitch, and Crawley came forward and played a good looking hand drive between mid-on and the wicket down to the bunch for 4. You know, I heard a local man on radio one day saying that the hand drive is the easy shot to play in cricket. And his explanation for saying it, does that show still go on radio, the one that starts 1 o'clock at the time? I don't know. And his explanation for saying it is that it is if you give a child a bat and throw a ball to them, the first place they're going to hit it is in the hand side. But hitting the ball in the hand side is different from playing an hand drive. You know? Boland bowls to Crawley. Crawley covers up, played it to backward point. If you're saying that naturally the person is going to swing across the line, maybe that part is true, but that is not a hand drive. If you're calling that a hand drive, you'll probably have to call a hedge shot through the offside. Yeah. You know, so it's the same thing with Stephen Roach. You know, he doesn't have much credibility when it comes to cricket because he's saying that Alzari Joseph has never been a strike bowler. Alzari Joseph have always been a strike bowler. or probably you don't understand what a strike bowler is. Third away into the onside and there's no run. Our batters do not know how to play the straight ball. Well, you have been listening to me, so it was easy for you to type that Stephen Roach because you're listening to me. You know, so you have been listening. You have been listening to me. Last year was a terrible year for our number threes in tests. So let's see what this year has in store for the number threes. Very good. Yeah. Over the wicket, balls to Crawley. Crawley whip this away. In the air, down back with a square leg. Mitch Stark has to move to his right. He picks up and he comes back for two. The score goes up to 41 for 1 at the end of number 8. So whipped away by Crawley in the air, down back with a square leg. Flourishing flick shot, but it didn't go to the boundary, as probably it never came out of the screw as he expected it. Jamor Small think that Crawley is going soon. Let's see, Jamor Small. We are here, you know. Let's see. Thank everyone who have tuned in. I really appreciate you being here. Please check out the Cricket Forum store in the video description and support the Cricket Forum store. You know, we have a lot of things in there. We have a lot of cricket gears in there, and we'll be adding some cricket gears very shortly. You know, it's a time of the year now for cricket in the Caribbean, and so even if you don't use the cricket gears, you can buy them for someone. Off the back foot, played it to backward point, you know, send it to a youth in your country and so on. You know, so very soon we'll have a lot of cricket gears in the Cricket Forum store. And also check out COOFANDY. You know, as I always told you, I wear COOFANDY on off screen, on off the screen, you know. And when the studio is up back and running, you'll see me in a lot of COOFANDY fashion. So check out their store. They're in the video description. Check them out and get some things. And you can get 50% off by using the code COOFANDY50. Use the code COOFANDY50, and that is when you click the link in the video description. If you just go onto the website, you won't get it. You have to go through the Cricket Forum link, which is is a promotional link. So use the code COOFANDY50 and you get 50% off your purchase. So check them out, please. No, God, I don't know the T20 squad as yet. As you know, I gave this one as the one that I would have picked. That was the one that I would have picked. I saw this one coming out of India. That this is the squad. So I saw this one out of India. That this is the West Indies squad. And they're not saying that that's the one they would have picked. Like me who's saying that, like I am saying that my squad is the one that I would pick. They are not saying that this is the one that they would pick. They are, well, this is the squad that I would pick, right? What these people out of India are saying is that this is the squad, you know? So let's see. It will be very interesting. There are 3 sips on a gully. I just leave it up a while so that, you know, persons can look at it. There, so we'll see. We expect the squad tomorrow, said Mr. Casanova. I expected it from yesterday. I don't think it will go past Wednesday, though. Bethel Seckers, as Stark runs into him, a very lucky man. He's in bowls. He allows it outside the arch stump, 41 for 1 after 8.4. So that's the squad that they're saying that is the West Indies squad. So it's going to be very interesting. Kane Williamson should be the best number 3 this year, but is he going to play a lot of Test cricket this year? I don't. Kane Williamson will play a lot of Test cricket this year, no, Mr. Casanova. You know, I doubt it. So Stark comes in, bowls to Bethel. Bethel turned this to mid on, no run. So Stephen Roach is, you know what, Stephen Roach, I don't know the point you're making because you say the best strike bowler has a bowling average under 20. Who are those strike bowler that you are referring to that has a bowling average under 20? Give me 5 bowlers. Name me 5 bowlers who play like say, not talk a man who play a one-off match because after Boland plays first match his strike rate was Stephen Roach, you don't know what you're talking. You're talking crap. Don't come here with crap. The fact that you're talking crap, right? Totally crap. But what I really want to teach you is that you didn't say that Joseph is not a good strike bowler, you know. You said Joseph is not a strike bowler. And so it's 2 separate arguments. You're now trying to say the best strike bowler, which is rubbish. You cannot name me one strike bowler who ever played cricket. Ever. Who was a strike bowler. Who has a strike bowler has a strike rate of less than 20. Oh, you said average. Average. All right, name me 5 bowlers who have a bowling average of less than 20. And I'm talking about persons who probably play 30, 40 test matches. I'm not talking about somebody who play 2 or 3 test matches. So if a man plays, say, 40 test matches, and each match he bowled 4, name me somebody who has bowled at least 1,500 overs in test cricket with an average of less than 20. Name me. So stop talking crap, Stephen Roach. You always come here with your crap, you know. You don't understand cricket, you know. You think a bar, you there. Man. Thank you, Atina. Please subscribe, share, and like, as Atina said. Please hit that thumbs up button. And don't follow Stephen Roach. Stephen Roach doesn't know about cricket. Stephen Roach, a bar talk him come with. You know? It doesn't mean to say that the man is not a good strike bowler. You know, it's a different argument than to say the man is not a strike bowler. Alzari Joseph has always been a strike bowler all his life. Turn away to mid-on by Betel, who yet to score, faced 9 deliveries. So Stephen Roach don't understand the cricket. He don't know the cricket, man. He think a bar him there. Patrick Davey, how you doing? Your time of the year coming up, man. Yeah, most things are okay. Oh, your internet is back and you're happy for the new year. Yeah, so I realize that JPS is working overtime. Oh, yeah, they get some equipment now. Yeah. Round the wicket, bowls, covers up, but beaten outside the half stump bowl and is really bowling well. You know, none for 8 from 2.4, 42 for 1. 42 for 1. So Mr. Casanovas think that Moti will come back into the squad. I saw that Moti is in that squad. But boy, I wouldn't go for Moti right now. He wouldn't be my pick. As you saw in my squad, he's not my pick, you know. Could run the fixtures. Need to have a look at the fixtures. We look at the fixtures at the drinks break. Boland to Betel, who moves right across his stump and is finally off his mark because I think that ball comes off the gloves. We'll watch the umpire though and see if there's a signal. It's 43 without loss. Comes off his thigh pad. I thought for a moment that it came off his gloves, but it did came off his thigh pad. So 43 without loss. Sorry, 43 for 1. I'm not on anything, so probably that's why I'm saying 43 without loss. Yeah, right, Patrick Davey. He doesn't have a clue about cricket. He think that he's in the bar talking. And Boland to Crawley and he leaves all alone outside the half stump. That came back a long way and go over his stump. Good leave by Crawley. 43-1 at the end of 10. Yeah, he think that he's in the bar talking and can say anything, you know, and get away with it. Not here. I showed the West Indies fixtures the other day. I think I should probably show it again, just for those persons who have not watched that video. And you know, so we will start with our match against Bangladesh on the 11th, on the first day of the World Cup. And that match will be played at Calcutta. Then we go to Mumbai to play against England and Nepal. And then we return to Calcutta to play against Italy in our final group stage match. So those, I think the two most important matches are those against Bangladesh and England. Yeah. So the 4 teams in our group are Italy, Nepal, England, and Bangladesh. Interestingly, Italy may not qualify for the Football World Cup, but yet still they have qualified for the Cricket World Cup. Interesting times in cricket. Very interesting time. You can imagine, you know, Italy under pressure to qualify for the Football World Cup, but yet still they are safely in the Cricket World Cup. Stark is continuing. It is 6th over. Surprised that he bowled a 6th over. So Stark is a strong guy. Have you ever heard Stark being injured yet? I can't recall Stark being injured, you know? Yeah, Stark. Here's Stark, the left-arm seamer. Over the wicket, bowls to Bettel, who looks to pull and then bail out of it. And a steep bouncer goes through to the wicket keeper, and there is no run. 43-1. 43-1. So Stark really hitting his stride there in his 6th over. Bettel initially shaped to pull, and then he had to bail out of it. And it goes over his head. Yes, it was a vicious delivery, Jamor Small. Yes, I love those type of delivery, you know. I love those type of delivery. And that's why, you see, Stephen Roach don't follow the cricket. That's why he said that he doesn't know which woman scored the only century in Test cricket in 2025. He doesn't follow it, man. He's only talking a bar. And then he want to come here and think that he can bully us. You know, can't do it. 43-1 after 10.3. So 45% of you think that it was Beth Mooney. 25% of you think that it was Elise Perry. Nat Cyberbrunt think that 22 of you think that it was Nat Cyberbrunt. And 8% of you think that it was Annabella Sutherland. So I'll give the answer during the break. So Bettel is finally off the mark. You know, a Stark really, this pitch is really flat, you know. This pitch looks like a 4-500 pitch. As he plays that cut shot down backward of point for 4. It really looks like a 4-500 pitch. But then England is capable of self-destructing at any time. So just getting the width and Bettel playing it away. I just think Stark is tired. And with Stark over the wicket, bowls to Bettel, who looks to drive a full pitch delivery outside the half stump, a wide delivery. He made contact to it, but didn't time it, and it bounced away back to the bowler, who feeling is follow through, and there is no run. 47-1 with 1 to coming over number 11. 1 to coming over number 11. So what I will do is probably in the drinks break, I give you the answer to the question and then ask another poll question. You know, so I will do that during the drinks break. I have seen the squad. Puran is in that squad also. Edmire, isn't it? Wow. Yeah. Well, Patrick Dave, you're probably in as Bethel comes on the front foot and looks to drive inside edge onto the pad and it goes out into the offside. So you have better source than me. You have better source than me, man. You know? So you definitely have better source than me. You said that both Puran and Edmire is in the squad. Okay, cool. Nice. Nice. It's not far away to make it official, but yeah, you know. Garth Williams said after 11 overs, 47 for 1, Bethel on 4, Crawley's on 12. The batsman out is Duckett as usual, as Nessa will come in now to replace Boland. So that's the batsman out. Not Crawley, Duckett, 27 from 24, delivers 5-4 before he nicked off to carry off the bowling of Stark. So it's 47 for 1, 3 slips and a gully goes down. As Nessa over the wicket bowls to Crawley, who steered it away, and the man diving stop by the man at third slip. That's Green? Yes, that's Green, who made a diving stop at third slip. The score remains at 47 for 1. Garth Williams, I love how you shut up Stephen. No, I don't think I shut him up, though. I think he's coming back. He knows that the banter is rough here. He knows that he can't come with the rubbish, you know. The man for say Alzari is not a strike bowler. You know. You know. A man say over the wicket bowls, you know, leave alone by Crawley. You know which one sweet Garth Williams when he asked me about the Manchester United thing. Asked me if we know the result of Manchester United match last weekend, the women match. And that one that's sweet. Yo. You know. So why so many persons standing there and over there say so empty? What? Yes, it's the cheap seats, probably. 47 for 1 after 11.2. Nessa over the wicket. 3 slips go down short. Crawley pulls down the deep mid wicket for 4. 51 now for 1. Back off a length. Nothing delivered. Sat up. Crawley pulled it away down to deep mid wicket for 4. He moves up to 16. England 51 for 1. The batsman out. Duckett for 27. It 5 fours in his 27. Face 24 delivers. They wanted the wicket flat for Courage, a hometown boy. You know, because what they said that he grew up just a few miles from here, or just a stone throw from the pitch, from where the ground is. Nessa boasts, loud appeal, this is gonna be close. Yes, he's gone. That plumb dead leg before. So Crawley goes, played across the line of 1. This is England. I told you they may be 75 for 5 at lunch. They are now 52 for 2. That plumb. He's reviewing it. Bethel tell him that it's missing, but I don't think so. That plumb leg before. I don't think so. It's gone. And Jamor Small that said that you're right. He said that it's so gone. England is just like us at times. You just got to get Joe Root, Harry Brook, and Ben Stoke, or cheaply and England collapse will be incoming. Well, at least... dead leg before, man. That dead. Waste of review. Bethel, waste of review. I Bethel encourage him to review it, you know. Yeah, so he goes. Good decision, umpire. Crawley goes. Nessa get the breakthrough, bring back 1, gave him. I think the previous ball that Nessa bowled to him was an out swinger. Nessa set him up beautifully in this over now. That's not the delivery I want to see. I want to see the previous 2 delivery. He set him up beautifully. Beautifully. Yes, thank you, Patrick Davey. Yeah, big up. So please click on that thumbs up button, share, and, you know, and do so. Please, thank you very much, Patrick David. Yeah, it was umpire's call, but it was umpire's call, Mr. Casanova. But I thought it was hitting middle too when I saw it first. But then it's, you know, Zach go off the field. You feel much better now, Jamur Small, that Zach Crawley has gone? Because you always want Zach Crawley to Jamur Small. What you have against Zach Crawley, Jamur Small? You know? Yes. So it's a drinks break, so we could take one more look at the squad that I see surfacing as the West Indies squad. So this is the squad that I'm seeing surfacing. Patrick Davis said that you have seen a squad. This is a squad that is surfacing as an official squad. You know, my squad, this is a squad that I picked, and this is a squad that I would have picked. It is separate from the official squad, but I would encourage Blunder Factory to pick this squad, because this squad will definitely give him his best chance. So I would definitely encourage Blunder Factory to pick that squad. Persons are saying that this is the one, but I doubt it very much. I really doubt that squad very, very much. This squad is coming out of India. A good source out of India, but then everybody has their agenda, you know. And they probably... So 51 for 2 at the drinks break. You know, a good batting pitch. England can't survive. Let us, you know. And that's why I know that 3-2 would hurt them. Well, 2-3 would hurt them more than 1-4. Because 1-4, they would say, well, we just get beat, you know. If they lose 2-3, they would be saying that to themselves, you know. So I would dash it away. So that's why, you know. So apparently Stephen Roach run gone. I don't know where I'm gone, you know. Don't know. Because I realize that this is not a bar. They're showing the highlights. So back of Fallen. That his head went. Zach Crawley head went and he looked to turn the ball in there. Oh, Stephen Roach is back. I like you will give you names with a low bowling average. If you know your cricket, you might know these names. Malinga, Bumrah, Yadav, Rashid Khan, Varun, Ahmed Hassan, Swan, Ferguson, and Ajmal. And as first deliver pitched up to Joe Root into the drive-through to the keeper, there's no run. Wow. What is Joe Root on? I don't know the point that Stephen Roach is making, you know, because he's giving me some names. I know that Malinga doesn't have a test bowling average of less than 20. The same for Bumrah. I don't know if Yadav and Rashid can play enough tests to qualify, because a man who's probably played 10, 15 tests, you can't qualify them. Even if they play those numbers test matches, I still don't think they have a bowling average less than 20. Swan doesn't, Ferguson doesn't, Ajmal doesn't. Ahmed Hassan, that name not coming to me right now. But the question that I ask you, because you mentioned, because you are unable to reason, you know, you're not reasoning as somebody who's very bright, you know, Stephen Roach, because first you say Alzari is not a strike bowler, and then to justify you saying Alzari is not a strike bowler, you come out here and say that every good strike bowler have a bowling average of less than 20. And now I ask you now, who are those bowlers with a bowling average of 20? And you give me the name of some bowlers who none of them has a bowling average of below 20. None. I don't know Ahmed Hassan, probably you can, you know, but none of those. None of those. And if Ahmed Hassan has a bowling average of less than 20, I don't know him. Boland round the wicket to Bettel, who covers up and play to mid-on, 51 for 2 after 12.1. Yeah, if a bowler play 40 test matches, have a bowler average of less than 20, I would know that bowler. So you still need to give me a name of somebody who has a bowling average of less than 20. You still need to. I don't see Amir Django getting in, or maybe as a backup wicket keeper because we got nobody. Yeah. As I talk about the batting, driven down through the covers. He mistimed it, Bethel, and they will come back for 2 surely. You know, as I talk about the reserve wicket keeper, Mr. Casanova, my squad here, as you look at my squad, and so somebody said to me, and this person think he knows cricket a lot, Well, to be honest, he makes some good points. He makes some good points now and then. Yeah. Well, more than now and then. He makes some good points often enough, He also made some weak points. Flicked away magnificently by, Bettel. Was that a touch of Brian Lara through mid-wicket for 4? A wide of mid-on if you choose. 57 for 2. Oh, lovely shot, young man. So the person is saying that your squad don't have any backup wicket keeper. That's what the person is saying. Who is the backup wicket keeper? That's the squad he's looking at, And I kind of saying that Shea Hope is a backup wicket keeper. I don't hear from him all now. Him don't reply all now. Yeah. Covers up and play down back the pitch. Yeah, when I told him that in my squad, Shea Hope is a backup wicket keeper, I don't hear another word from him all now. So Amir Django would get into the team as a reserve wicket keeper should they not go back for Pooran, Matt Boland, bowls to Bettel, who looks to turn that into the onside. It travel a long way in the air, but too far from the bowler. So Scott Boland, 57 for 2 England. So you think he's a good batsman, Jamor Small? You think Zach Crawley is a good batsman? I don't know. Good batsmen don't average in their 30s, Jamor Small. He'd probably he would be good to play for the West Indies, but good batsmen don't average in their 30s. Good batsmen average 40 and above. Boland to Bettel, lovely delivery. It's all caught behind. England 57 for 3. 57 for 3. What a beauty from Scott Boland. Touchdown. Bettel had to play, took the outside edge, regulation catch for Carey, who took it jumping. It was not above his head, but he just jumped up to make sure that he get it in the bread basket. Hedge found, didn't have to play. He didn't have to play. Look how high that ball was bouncing. You need to leave that alone. These guys can't bat. 57 for 3. Australia batting today, Australia batting today. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Common sense must prevail. How you doing? Big up yourself, man. Happy New Year. First I say hi, cuz. Well, hi, family. How you doing? Respect, man. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Nice. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it much. I don't know the username, but the person say hi, cuz. So happy good to have you here, my family. Good to have you here, my family. Good to have you here. A Boomer after 52 test match average 19.8. Well, all right, fair enough. Boomerang. Jasprit Boomerang after 58 test match. Fair enough. But who else? Who else? Oh, Jermaine. Jermaine, I'm so happy that you're here, Jermaine. But boy, me tell you to remove the last part there for your name, Happy New Year to you, Jermaine. I keep on telling you, remove that last part of your name, man. How is West Indies doing? Poor, poor. Stephen Roach, we can't follow you here, Stephen Roach. Well, you're gonna Stephen Roach. Come on, man. Let your argument make. Add some currency, some career flicked away by Brook. First delivery down to wide long on for 259 for 3. England in a spot of bother, you know. The squad that I see is coming from someone in the Caribbean, and that is the squad. Okay, Patrick David. So that is the squad. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be. I'm not saying that it is because I'm not saying it is not because I know that persons have their favorite. Because one of the things that I know that is happening is that information is being leaked to other YouTubers in an effort to give them the information before me because I am not. They are not an. They want to try and stifle my progress. So they try to leak information to other YouTubers. So if you come and say that somebody said that's the squad, and then while I will wait until I hear it officially, it will not be surprised if other persons know the squad before it is officially released. You know. Yeah, he's an outlier. For every rule, there's an exception, right, Mr. Casanova? Jermaine, what are you doing? As that played away down to backward point by Joe Root. He's on 2 from 5 deliveries. These are probably England 2 best batsmen. Not probably. They are England 2 best batsmen batting, and then Ben Stokes, despite his 30th average, he's better than the other 3 that got out already, and he's better than the 5 to come after of him. I'm watching on Willa Sport. What channel are you watching on? Rush Sport. Willa Sport is always a little ahead of Rush Sport. Nesta bowls to Joe Root and he leans into that and carries it down to cover for 4. Oh, Joe Root at his very best. Off volley by Nesta, the dibbler. And Joe Root caresses it down to cover boundary for 4. Oh, lovely shot. 63 for 3. Nesta, the dibbler, just over pitching there. Off volley, long off volley. Joe Root said, thank you very much. Back off a length and wider now. Watch this next delivery. Back off a length and wider. So he's going to aim. You see where that ball pitch? You see a little spot there? He's now going to aim for the outside edge of that spot. Oh, closer. Work away through mid-wicket. Straight to the field and no run. 63 for 3. So he gave him a straight one first. The end of 14. But that spot, I would love to bowl on that pitch, because you have a spot outside the half stump that you just aim back off that spot all day and they can't get rid of you. Back off that spot. Ambrose would hit back off that spot all day. Common sense prevails is saying that seven more to go. Oh, Nikki, how you doing, Nikki? Happy to have you here, family. Nice having you here, man. Nikki, big up yourself. No, Jamur Sumal, you don't need to call the ambulance. Sleepy Chase will play, man. You see, Stephen Roach, and that's why I say you don't understand the cricket, Stephen Roach. You don't understand the cricket. You're not able to separate issues. Sleepy Chase is one of our best white ball cricketer, has been one of our best performing white ball cricketer. Harry Brook leaves that alone outside the half stump from bowling and it goes through to the keeper. Score remains at 63 for 3. Patrick Davis say he has a link on Sky Sport and I'll be getting a job there soon. Over the wicket, he comes in now, bowls and drive inside edge. Oh Lord, very close to the stump as Boland pitched up and broke into the drive inside edge, very close to the stump, goes on to short fine leg, they go through for a single, 64 for 3. Stephen Rhodes said that I'm sounding like Blunder Factory because I picked Nicholas Buran in my team and Nicholas Buran retire. But if you listen to what I said, I've explained that clearly. Persons have unretired all the time, and I've defined that clearly. Okay, Patrick David, cool. I hear you. Yeah, that was a shot by Root. Is that you don't? I know your problem, Stevie Roach. Your cognitive skills does not allow you to separate issues. I know that's your challenge. Boland bowls to Root inside edge onto the pad. Oh, the tree sips on a gully and the keeper goes up as Root looks to drive. It comes off the inside edge onto the pad. Oh, for a moment I thought it got back onto the stump, but it made contact with the pad. Boland over the wicket, bowls to Root, allows it to go through outside the half stump, 64 for 3. Oh, what's the answer to my poll? All right, I'm going to post it very shortly. Yeah, I too was hoping for a 5 love common sense prevail. I'm going to post the answer to my poll very shortly. Chase is number 3 T20 all around and the ICC ranking. Thank you very much, Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas, I tell you the truth, Stephen Roach not understand the cricket, man. He must struggle. Stephen Roach has struggled with the cricket, man. Over the wicket, balls. The lovely delivery. Loud appeal, not out. Going over the stump. 65 for 3. Or did they not run? They probably never run. I think it's going over the stump. 65 for 3. New Zealand top 6 probably has the best average amongst batsmen currently. Their openers average over 39, and that's the lowest average in their top 6 batsmen. Glenn Phillips average low 30s at number 7. Yes. Byron Banton said, did West Indies pick their 15-man squad? No, no, we have not seen. Let's put it there. They have not released it as yet. I know they would have picked it already. I can't imagine with a few days before the deadline, they have not picked the squad as yet. Boland to Brook covers up, dab it into the offside. They go through for a quick single, well run, 65 for 3. Or 66 now for 3. Sorry about that. 66 for 3. Chase rating is above Ben Stokes, but who would you pick? That's a different argument again. That's a different argument again. And if you're talking about white ball cricket, Chase is going to give Stoke a good run every time, and I may well go with Chase if you're talking about white ball cricket. But so I can't reason with Stephen Roach. He mix up himself in just all over the place. Yeah, I know. Chase, if you look at his performances, man, he's good. Oh, yes, so here's the answer to the poll. Let me post the answer to the poll. And surprisingly, none of you got it right. I will not say none of you got it right. Only the last time I checked, it was only 7% of you who have the right answer. Well, it's now 6%. So 6% of you have the right answer. Yeah, so it was. Yep. So I'm going to scroll. I'm going to have it scrolling across the bottom of the screen there. Yes. She made 163, was it? Yeah, I think it was 163 she made. Annabella Sutherland. So the answer would have been Annabella Sutherland, 163 in the test match. It was the only test match between Australia and England last year. Only test match played last year in women cricket. And I think Annabella Sutherland made 163. She shared a 154 run stand with Beth Mooney. Well, most of you thought Beth Mooney had a terrific series last year. Terrific year last year in cricket, but she was not the one. It was Annabella Sutherland. So Annabella Sutherland is the winner. It was the person. So it should not have been a poll. It should have been a quiz. Yeah, you don't do those as poll. Yeah. I do have a quiz going. on the. If you look on my homepage, I do have a quiz going. I don't remember what the quiz is what the quiz was talking about. I have two quiz there, but the one that I put up today was asking about Dickie Bird. You know, so you can check out the homepage and you'll see it there on the post. I post a quiz there. And the question is asked, everyone's favorite umpire, Dickie Bird, died in 2025. All of the questions that I'm asking are related to 2025. So you can give me your answer in the live chat. You can choose the poll. So everyone's favorite umpire, or maybe I should have said most. Dickie Bird died in 2025. He once scored 181 not out in an English County Championship game, but was dropped for the next match. Which county did he play for? Which county dropped him? Which county he made the 181 for and they dropped him the next match? 181 not out. So look on the home page and you'll see the post. And once you click on one of the answer will come up. But after you click, you cannot change again. So the answer will come up once you click on one of the answer. So who did he play it for? Dickie Bird. Stephen Roach. 67 for 3. Let me finish. Joe Root second as Nessa is over the wicket, balls to Joe Root and he leaves that alone as Kier decides to comes up to the wicket and he's staying up the wicket. Nessa is really a dibbler and it keeps Joe Root in his crease, you know. So that's one. From Antigua and Barbuda with love, Larry Prince, how you doing? Larry Prince, how you doing, man? Happy New Year to you. Too good to have you here. Oh gosh, how did I miss that mosquito right in front of me? Yes. But Chase has to be in the squad. Chase is one of our best cricketer, you know. You're saying that no one here follow women cricket except West Indies cricket, but I'm the cricket forum. I am the cricket forum. You know, you know. It is a blunder factory quiz, said Stephen Roach. I know Stephen Roach that you click on the answer. So I know that's the other one. There's no way, Stephen Roach. No way. $367 for 3. So we're gonna watch Boland over here. I'm gonna give you the full over this time now. Boland over the wicket, bowls to Brook, and Brook inside this past the leg stump, and it goes down to short fine leg. Carey moves from behind the stump to his left, picked up. The batsman goes through for a single. 68 for 3. So that was back of a length. Brook was just looking to defend, and it came back and hit the inside portion of the bat and goes down to short fine leg. Between his leg, they got a single. The score goes up to 68 for 3. 68 for 3. As Root Seckers, 16.2 overs have been bowled thus far. He comes in now. Boland bowls to Root. Root eases this into the gap between backward point and cover. One more to the total. Backward point and mid-off. There's a big acreage of space there. The score goes up by 1 to 69 for 3. Joe Root is on 7. Harry Brook is on 4. 16.3 overs have been bowled. All 3 Australian bowlers that bowled thus far have gotten a wicket. So there are 2 slips a gully, a backward point, a man on the deep backward point boundary. So deep backward point boundary, a man at cover point, and then there's a mid-off, a mid-on, and a mid-wicket, and a long leg. Boland over the wicket, bowls to Root, allows it to go through to the keeper. 69 for 3 after 16.4. As that one was back of a length, and he allows it to go through. So there's a man. So there's change to the field again. So you have the cover. Strange. Well, Harry Brook is batting, so maybe that's why the field is like this. So you have a man on the deep backward point boundary. You have a long off. You have a deep backward square leg and a long leg. So 4 fielders out on the boundary for Harry Brook. You have 2 slips, an extra cover, and a mid-on, and a mid-wicket. Bowls to Brook, and he top-edge it over the keeper head for 4. Back of a length goes Bowl, and he swung, top-edge it over the keeper head. 73 for 3. Harry Brook lucky. Lucky boy. He's a lucky boy. Very lucky boy. Back of a length, and he looks to pull. And it goes over the keeper head down to the boundary behind the slips for 4. 73 for 3, England. Full of ego, that young man, you know. Yes, Boland. 2 slips on the gully, goes down, bowls to him off the back foot. He steered it down deep, down towards the deep backward point boundary. The fielder has to move to his left, and they were able to come back for 2. The score goes up to 75 for 3 at the end of 17. Common sense must prevail is saying that he's ready for another wicket. Now, these 2 are probably England's best batsmen, and they need to consolidate. Joe Root is on 7. Harry Brook is on 10. Cameron Green is going to come into the attack now. It's 73 for 3 after 17 overs. Happy New Year to you too, Cypher Phillips. Good to have you here. He does, Harry Brook is playing a shot. Don't worry, Harry Brook will play a caught at the second slip soon. Harry Brook will be caught at the second slip soon, said Miss Casanova. Joe Root is going to face. He's on 7 from 16 deliveries with less than half an hour to go before lunch on the opening day of the 5th and final test match. Cameron Green is bowling to Joe Root. Over the wicket, balls to Root. Good delivery. Roots covers up and played it to mid-off, and there's no run. So it's a standard 6-3 field for Cameron Green. Where you have 2 slips on the gully, the backward point, the cover, and the mid-off. The mid-on, the mid-wicket, and the man at long leg. Standard field for Green bowling to Joe Root. They don't get rid of the mid-wicket. Where have they put him? I don't see where they put the mid-wicket, but they got rid of him. Interesting. Maybe deep backward square leg. Green to Root short is so slow. Root was looking to pull, but it takes a hair to come, and he just tapped it back down in front of him. The bowler field and it's followed through 75 for 3. I think maybe they put him at deep backward square leg. That's why they went for the short delivery. But there are 2 slips on a gully, a backward point, a cover. Very straight. You could call him extra cover, and then there's a mid-off. So that the mid-wicket probably gone on the cover boundary. Don't see him as yet. Green to Root down the leg side, whipped away, down towards backward of square leg. The fielder moves to his right. That looks to be, is it Travis Ed? And sends the return in 1 more to the score, 76 for 3. So Brook on 10 will comes into strike. It's a packed Sydney cricket ground. This is the pink test. We are on the first morning of the 5th and final Ashes test. This is the last test match that is going to play for a little while. As 76 for 3, England winning the toss and batting. As Green bowls to Harry Brook, who tap it into the onside and they get a singer. The score goes up to 77 for 3. So, common sense is saying that Australia needs to drop Green. I would have dropped him also. I would not have played Green. I would have played Murphy, and I would have backed Webster at 6. I would have backed Webster at 7. I'd have backed Webster at 7. So, I definitely play Murphy. I think that, let's watch Green though. He's going to come in now. He's bowling to Joe Root. 2 slips on a gully, bowls to Root. Root plays this to backward point, and there is no run. Who toss it to cover, who now toss it to mid-on, mid-off, and Green walks back to the top of his mark. Just imagine if Thompson and Lilly were, I can't imagine that I can't imagine that Stephen Roach. I can't imagine that. Over the wicket now, bowls and driven down to mid-on, and there is no run. CJS, you click on the quiz, man. Well done. Well done. Common sense prevail, yes. Over the wicket, bowls driven inside edge down to mid-on, and there is no run. So the score moves up to 77 for 3. So let's watch now. Harry Brooks should say who's an 11 as Matt Bolan is going to comes into him. Just about 20 minutes before lunch, bowl to Harry Brook, who dug out a full pitch delivery to mid-on, and there is no run. So there are 2 slips in a gully. The backward point, cover, mid-off, mid-on. There's a fielder on the deep backward square leg boundary. But I'm missing what? Oh, that fielder is pushed right back now to long off. And so they have in the mid wicket. So the mid off has gone back right back to long off for Harry Brook. And the backward point is right back on the boundary. Over the wicket, bowls to Brook, allows it to go through outside the half stump, 77 for 3. 18.3 overs have been bowled, 77 for 3. Cypher Phillips is saying from Sunny St. Kitts. Yeah, so you and Jamor Small are from the same place, right? So good to have you here, man. I appreciate your kind words. Appreciate it much, man. Very much. Bowl and over the wicket, bowls to Brook, allows it to go through outside the half stump. He just raised the arm through to the keeper. 77 for 3 with 2 to come in over number 19. A very slow over rate. This I doubt very much they will get in even 25 for this first session. As just about 22 minutes to go before lunch, and if they I don't see them bowling maximum more than 5 more for this session, and they're at 18.4 now, so they're not gonna get 25. It's touch and go for them to get 25. Brooks Seckers has bowl and is over the wicket to him. 2 slips goes down. That one comes back into him. He played it out into the acreage of space on the onside. The man at forward square, in front of square, has to run to his left, pick it up at mid wicket. And they got a single, 78 now for 3 with 1 to come in over number 19. I wish the bowlers would make them play the ball more. Too many leave alone for my liking, said Common Sense. Why Common Sense really a beat hard. I comment to you, Stephen Roach, but let me take this delivered so that I can pay attention to your comment. I hope this one will sound rational. Bowl and to Root drives through the covers. They gone for 1. The fielder is giving chase out towards the deep extra cover boundary. He slid, picked it up, sends the return, and they will come back for 2. The score goes up to 80 for 3 at the end of over number 19. Joe Root is on 10. Brook on 12 will take strike. It is a shame that we seem to have, well, I think it should be fewer, but you have less, so work with less. It's a shame that we have less stars in cricket today than before. I doubt that very much. I think today we have a lot of, the West Indies don't have a lot of stars, but there are still a lot of stars in world cricket today. I told you that is Rumbar you follow your cricket from, Stephen Roach. I told you that is Rumbar you follow your cricket, but there's a lot of stars in cricket today. A lot of stars. That's 80 for 3 after 19. So even if they get in another 5 over, which Green over the wicket, bowls to Brook, who drives to the man at cover, and there is no run. 80 for 3. 80 for 3. So, good night to you, Amute. How are you doing? Happy New Year to you. Good to have you here. Why is the cricket board taking a century to call the T20 squad? Or maybe have a surprise with Pooran in the squad, Mr. Cricket Forum? Well, that's the question everyone is asking, but I must remind you, Green bowls back off the length. Brook swayed out of it through to the keeper, and there is no run. Green running down into Brook face. And Brook walked forward to meet him. I don't know if I have another man with more ego than Brook. Is there another player with more ego than Brook? And if this guy just settle down and bat, he would be so good. He's a star, Stephen Roach. Harry Brook is a star. It's just that he can bat so good that he's now trying to learn to unbat. Green is on his way to the England right-hander. The vice captain allows it to go through outside the half stump, and Common Sense won't like that. 80 for 3 after 19.3. You know, so many persons, but may I remind you that I did say that on Thursday. Was it on Thursday or was it in a watch along last week during the Boxing Day test that I said that Cricket West Indies is going to take the very last moment to announce their squad. Their squad is going to go right down to the wire. Stark is doing some stretching, so maybe he's going to come back for 2 overs before the lunch break to see if he can nick out one. Green over the wicket, bowls to Brook, who steered this away down to deep backward point, this time straight to the field at 81 for 3 after 19.4. Brook moves up to 13. Joe Root on 10 from 21 comes into strike. Both batsmen have faced 21 deliveries thus far. Green is in his second over, none for 3 from 1.4. Just about half an hour to go before lunch. Sorry, just about 15 minutes to go before lunch, 17 to be exact. We'll be lucky if we getting 3 more overs after this one. Well, probably we'll get the 4. Green over the wicket, bowls to Root, and Root drives to mid-off on the bunks, 81 for 3 after 19.5. Root remains on 10. Harry Brook is on 13. I don't plan to sleep tonight. Sipping on some white rum and Pepsi. I hear you, Patrick Davey. Boss. Wow. Here is Green. 2 slips and a gully goes down, bowls, and Root cuts this away. Pass backward, 0.4 runs. 85 now for 3. So got the room that he looking for outside the half stump, and he cut it away, pass backward point down to the boundary for 4. Lovely shot by Joe Root. That's where they expect to get him out, because that's his release shot. But maybe Green was just a little too short and probably a little too wide. And so he got an opportunity to steer it away from backward point down to the boundary for 4. So Green tying his shoes lace. 85 for 3. So we'll see the Bribey adding more people to their backroom staff for the World Cup. They already have 11, Mr. Casano. Or Athena. They already have 11, Athena. Do you think they really can add any more? Nessa is back into the attack, pitched up onto the front foot comes Brook, who blocks it into the offside, and there is no run. Can they really have any more? And they are complaining about a lack of fund and that the board is broke. So there you have it. So there's a slip, a leg slip. Then there is a gully, a deep backward point, a cover, a long off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, deep backward square leg, and a long leg. Nessa is over the wicket, bowls to Brook, and Brook drives down to that man at long off for a singles. 85, 86 now for 3. Some people pass on the road and see cricket play and stop and watch, don't have a clue. Patrick Davey, Stephen Roach will come at you, I hope you can manage if Stephen Roach come at you, Patrick Davey. Because when Stephen Roach take you on, Patrick Davey, a serious thing, and I know you're throwing word at Stephen Roach. Here is Nessa. He's going to come in now to bowl to Root. He's up, bowls to Root. Root works it to mid-on. There's no run. The score remains at 86 for 3 after 20.3. Root remains on 14 from 24. Harry Brook is on 14 from 23. Remind you that England won the toss and chose to bat. They are 86 for 3 after 20.3 overs on the first day in the first session of the 5th and final Ashes Test. Nessa is it. The right arm Dibber is over the wicket now. Bowls to Joe Root, and Root looks to play that one to mid-wicket as Nessa pitched it right up, almost a Yorker, but Root comes down on it and turn it away to mid-wicket. So Nessa, they're having some issue there with his foothold. There are two slips and a gully to Nessa. It's a standard field now when he's bowling to Root. Two slip the gully, a backward point, a cover, mid off, mid on, mid wicket, and a man on the long leg boundary. Here is Nessa. It comes up, bowls to Root, and Root just guide this to the right of backward point and get a single with Carey under the stump, preventing the English batsmen from leaving their crease. You know, and this is a tactics that they use to Brooklyn particularly. Not one ball was bowled in anger by Green. Tame. Is the here is Nessa. Bowls to Brook, who blocks it. 87 for 3 after 21. Labachain is not going to retire. Amute. No, man. Labachain is not going to retire. Labachain is going to continue to work hard on his game. What is the easier way to get Root out? LBR caught at slip. It's caught at slip, you know. Root can bat, you know. He just has that weakness outside the half stump. That one is my fear shot. I don't get it, Patrick. Oh, that's what is your first shot. Okay. Look at Root. He is as boring as green banana. Green over the wicket, bowls to Root, and Root guide this to gully. That's his danger here, and that's what they're working on. 87 for 3. The board must be broke because they have no common sense. Common sense. Common sense. Common sense. The board have no common sense. Interesting. The lane name in the squad is an insult to the fandom, of course. They only make more difficult for the support base to be enthused, ESP, especially now that the president has a full-time job. He give a hoot what happens. Cypher Phillips, absolutely. You know, I said this. It's 91 for 3 as Joe Root guide that one down to third man for 4. And he will now move up to 18 or 19? 19. I think he will move up to 19 as he guide that one down to third man for 4. The score's not on the screen at the moment, but I think that is a 19. And it's 91 for 4. Yes, he's on 19. Green is going to comes in now. He's going to bowl to Joe Root. 2 slips and a gully, bowls to Root, pull down to backward square leg for a single, 92 for 3. I did say 91 for 4. Well, I'm sorry. 3 deliveries to come in the over. I want, you know, I've taken the decision that I will not say a word on the issue of the current president refusing to relinquish that position, although he's a member of parliament and a minister of government. Short delivery, which ducked under the umpire signal wide, it's 93 for 3. So I have taken that decision. I think there are 3 reasons why he doesn't resign. Maybe I'll say them at another time, but I don't want to get into it. But my position is, let's watch this over and then I'll give you my position. Here's Cameron Green. He's over the wicket, bowls to Brook, and Brook steer this into the offside down to the man on the deep backward point boundary for another run, which will take the score up to 94 for 3. 94 for 3 with, I think, 2 more overs to go after this. Yes, they will not be able to get in more than 2 more overs after this. 92 for 3. This is a fifth test match between Australia and England. It has been played at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Who can recall, who can forget when we watched Brian Lara pepper the boundary at this cricket ground? 277 run out. Shots all over the park. Wow. He played some cover drives. So Green in his third over. He's going to come in now over the wicket to Joe Root. 94 for 3, England. Let's watch Cam Green. He's up, bowls to Root, and Root drives to mid-off, and there is no run. 94 for 3, the score remained, with one delivery to come in over number 22. Remind you that England won the toss and choose to bat. These two have so far added 37 from 53 deliveries, with one delivery to come in Cameron Green. Third over, he has so far conceded 14 runs, yet to get a wicket. There are 2 slips, then a gap, then a fourth slip, and there's a man at cover point. As Green is over the wicket, bowls to Root, and Root drives between cover point and that man at backward point, and they will come back for 2 despite the best effort of that's Webster. Cannot prevent the second. 96 now for 3 at the end of over number 22. Yes, so Cy Fry Phillips, I said to myself, why should I speak about Shallow in the position? Because if, for example, someone like the Prime Minister of Barbados pick up her phone, Prime Minister Motley pick up her phone, or Andrew Holness of Jamaica pick up their phone and call Friday and said, Friday, Shallow have to resign, Shallow have to step down. He would have to step down the next day, you know. And they called Prime Minister Friday and said, my friend, you know, we don't think that with Cricket West Indies president being a member of your cabinet, I don't think that looks good. The next day, he would have to step down. So I look at those things, you know, and Irfan Ali from Guyana called. I look at those things and I said, you know, if those guys who has the power is comfortable with it, then why should I talk about it? You know, down the leg side, Kerry miscollect and they will get a single. So that's my position why I haven't spoke about it. But I think there are 3 reasons why he has not stepped down. But maybe another time, another place, I will give my 3 reasons, you know. Yeah, he's funny, Mr. Casanova. Stephen Roach is very funny. I love when he's here because I love the banter. Yeah, I love when he's here. I enjoy the banter with him. Definitely always enjoy the banter with him. Need a few balls to be beat in the bat and a few hit in the pad. Make the batsman nervous. Come on, Australia. Dispatches of play is tame. Well, it's a comfortable pitch to bat and do. I think that Duckett gave both Bettel and Duckett played that, delivered that they shouldn't have played that. Zach Crawley edge shifted, and that's why he missed the ball. So you could look at it and say, really and truly, the 3 English batsmen gave away their wicket thus far. You know, so a pitch is an easy pitch to bat on, common sense. Don't you think? It's very easy to bat on. Very easy to bat on. 97 for 3. Nessa bowls to Root down the leg side, turn it away. Down back with a square leg. Stark has to move around from long leg and comes around to back with a square leg to his left. Sends the return in. The batsmen are back for 2, 99 for 3 after 22.4 overs. If Stark is going to bowl the final over before lunch, he did get a very, very good warm-up there just now. Very good warm-up. Because he had was to stretch out, and that is good. Amute said the only thing saving Green from being dropped is because he's young and the future of Australian cricket. Not many Australians will share that view anymore now. Turning to the onside, the keeper and mid-wicket converge on the ball and they get no run. And Kirk Amute is saying that, let me tell you now, because me understand this fan base fairly well, Kirk Amute is saying that because now he has his favorite player, probably a Hanju, a Geese, maybe a Moti. Well, Moti is not so young anymore. Imlak not young either. But he has his favorite young player who he wants to say is the future of West Indies batting, so they should not drop him. So that's what he's saying. Lovely delivery there from Nessa as he squared up Joe Root, took the outside edge, run away down to third man. They will come back for 2 more. That's the England 100. 101 for 2. 101 for 3 at the end of 23. So yeah, that's what Kirk Amute is doing. Well, it wasn't a bumper. Green can't be the future when he has not shown he's a present. I agree with you. But as I said, common sense must prevail. Amute is saying that because he has the agenda, he has his agenda to follow up. Because he's going to tell you a West Indies player who is the future of West Indies and say that he should get a long run. So yeah, so that's what he's doing. So Green, final over before lunch. Bowls steered away down to the man at backward point. So Stark is not going to bowl another over before lunch. And this is the final over before lunch. This has been a good session. The 2 hour run off quickly, very quickly. This 2 hours run off very quickly. 102 for 3. England would want Australia desperately like to nick out one in this over and let them go in 4 down, while England is trying to prevent that. Comes in now, bowls, and Joe Root guided. Brave shot down to third man for 4. 106 for 3. Brave from Joe Root. That's his get-out shot, that's his release shot, and it is get-out shot. That dab that he played there, and he dabbed that one wide off the gully, down to third man for 4. So there's a slip, and then there's a gully. There's a wide first slip, then there's a gully, then there's a backward point, and there's a leg slip to Joe Root. And Steve Smith is saying lucky. He's lucky. But that's where they're looking to get him out. He's on 30 now, though. 106, Green comes into him and he plays this out into the offside and comes off strike. Experience. He's saying, over to you, Harry Brook. I'm coming back out after lunch. You take these next 3 deliveries. I think that's what is going to happen. I don't think Root going back down that end, 107 for 3. Playing the game of cricket is different from the persons who don't play it, Patrick Davey. Yes, man. When you play it, it's different, man. I think Stephen Roach loves it, but he doesn't play it. Green to Brook drives through the offside, runs here for him. It's running out towards the boundary. Gets there now. Pleasant shot. 111 for 3. England is on Nelson. Now is the time for Australia to pounce with England and Nelson. Yeah, so I think, that's true. That's true, Patrick Davey. And Stephen Roach is a prime example of someone who loves the cricket, but doesn't quite play it. You see that little spot there? If I was bowling on this pitch, just to the inside of that spot, I look back of the length. You see where you see that green running down? I'm aiming for that green all day. Green to Brook, who looks to uppercut, and it goes through to the keeper. 111 for 3. 1 delivery to go before lunch. I told you Joe Root is going back down there. So here is now. Even when Powell performs, we only win 40% of games. So the West Indies are very vulnerable. Kirk, I'm mute. I'm mute. I know you were going to come with it. But where are they? Especially Jordan Johnson, Joel Andrews. It's a long time I haven't heard anything about them. Brook turned the final delivery away, wide of long on. They will get runs here. They gone for one. They come back for two. Boland picks it up now, sends the return in, and they come back for three. 114 for three at lunch. 24 overs have been bowled. I told you they would not get in 25. Lunch on the first day of the fifth test match between England and Australia. England winning the toss and deciding to bat are 114 for three at lunch. Common sense, Green should not come back on the field. He has nothing, you know. Yeah, and I'm mute. I'm saying that it's a long time I haven't heard about Jordan Johnson or Joel Andrew. We know that Ogis is playing some T20 in the International League. T20s down there. He was playing some T20 cricket for the West Indies before that. Respectfully, Mr. I'm quite fine with that, Philip. I don't have an issue when persons disagree with me. Respectfully, Mr. Brown, I disagree with you. Leave it alone, stands and shallow. Are we going to wait to walk like the politician? He has achieved his political ambition. The flood over. So, okay, so you're saying that I need to comment on it. Well, I may comment on it at another times, Stephen Roy Phillips. But I am one who welcomes persons who disagree with me. There are some persons who disagree with me and they don't know how to express themselves, so they express it in a rude way. Those I don't welcome. But like how you put it now, you disagree with me and you express yourself. I don't have a problem with that. I am quite comfortable with that. A matter of fact, I love those sort of discussion that stimulate me and let me have to dig deep in my cranium to come up with a response. The frivolous response, them I don't. They don't impress me. They don't impress me. Joel Andrews should look to dominate the Under-19 World Cup. Yes, good point. He needs to do that. Brown, on a side note, have you checked the EPL table lately? Yes, we are in sixth position. We are in sixth position, and you know, Arsenal continue to lead. Arsenal have opened up a 4-point gap on the table. So we continue to lead. We are in sixth position. I'm hearing thought that Amrin might get fired tomorrow morning. 7:30 Jamaica time. We're playing against Leeds. That's a grudge match, as you know. You know, Aston Villa is in second position. Manchester City and that team there. You know, that color red team who are always trying to compete with us. They make up the top four. But we and Chelsea are on 30 points. You know. We need to win tomorrow. We need to give Leeds a 5-love. You know, yes, I have checked. We need to give Leeds a 5-love. As long as Root and Brook is there, they are a game changer. Yes. Said it all, Mr. Broad, Stephen Roach, Manu. I take care, everyone. If I can be back for the post-lunch session, I will be back. But it was a pleasure being here with you. Have a wonderful evening. It's always nice to be here with you, man. I always enjoy your company. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Stephen Roach, I love the banter. I really enjoy it, right? Respect, boss.